If you want to prepare your beds without tilling while naturally suppressing weeds, silage tarping is a game changer. This is the first video in a 3-part series on sustainable bed preparation in a high tunnel. Today, I will show you exactly how I use silage tarps to smother weeds, promote microbial activity, and create a rich plant-based warm soil, all without disturbing the soil structure. The way this works is simple. By blocking the sunlight, the tarp prevents the weeds from photosynthesizing, which weakens them until they die off. Over time, the tarps heat the ground while keeping the ground moist, which encourages microbes to break down the organic matter, leaving you a clean, fertile bed for planting. But to get the best results, there are a few key things to keep in mind. How to properly set these tarps up, how long you should leave these tarps on the ground, and what to do once it comes off. Don't worry, I am going to take you through all of these simple steps. The first step is to make sure your beds are prepped and relatively flat. Before laying the tarps down, I like to rake out large debris or crop debris left over from last season so the tarp fits snugly against the soil. Usually what I like to do is, since all of my tunnels are either 50 foot or 100 foot, and these silage tarps usually come into a 100-foot piece, I usually like to cut my silage tarps in half. That way, one silage tarp can do the work of either a small tunnel like this or a large tunnel. And plus, mostly since I do this work by myself, it makes it a little easier on my body to only pull a 50-foot piece instead of a 100-footer. These tarps are super lightweight, so it makes it a little bit easier, no matter what your body tarp, to maneuver these things around. Hang tight with me while I get this thing laid out. Just remember, when placing the tarp out, make sure you cover the entire bed and the surrounding pathways, because weeds will creep in wherever the light touches. How long to leave the tarp down kind of depends on your climate and the type of weeds or crop debris from last season that you're dealing with. In warmer weather, 4 to 6 weeks is usually enough time to break down any of those weeds or any of those stubborn crop debris. But in cooler temperatures, remember, it may or probably is going to take a little bit longer. During this time, the soil retains all the moisture and microbes get to work breaking down the organic matter here. The longer the tarp stays on your beds to keep the breakdown process going, the more nutrients are recycled back into the soil to get you ready for your crops. After the right amount of time, it is now time to check the progress in one of these tunnels on one of these beds. I am looking for broken down, decomposing plant matter, and I'm also looking for this dark brown to black organic material. Now remember, soft soils are super easy to work with. At this point, I will try my best not to disturb the soil in this high tunnel. What I'm probably going to do is take a rake, come through here and just lightly rake these beds, and what that's going to do is it's just going to pull that broken down material out of the beds to make a clean slate. All right, the cool thing is, this is what it looks like when you're done. You come in here and you can see how there are no weeds, no anything. I can take my hand, look at this. That's exactly what we want. We want good, black, organically composted soil here so we can put the next crops in. All right, so we're halfway done right now. So hopefully that did answer some of your questions on how I flip my market style beds. Let me know in the comments if you've ever tried silage tarping, or if you have any questions, comment below.